Okay guys, so in this video we're going to be checking out the new firmware that just came out for the Turnigy Evolution. And on the left here is the old firmware, the 0.08, and right here is going to be the new firmware, the 0.09 that just came out this month as of March 2017. And you can clearly see a couple of major differences right on the main screen here. You have a flight mode here in the corner, upper left, and you have an extra timer here on the lower right. Additionally, there's a third screen. You're going to have here your RSSI and your battery voltage. I don't have anything plugged in or connected right now. I'll plug that in a little bit later. I'll show you that. But obviously, there's a couple of big differences here in the main interface. Okay, so we'll go ahead and focus in on the new firmware and what its new features are. As of right now, I've been using this for about 2 weeks, and I can't report any major differences in terms of the reliability of the firmware versus the old firmware. As far as I can tell, it works just as well. It doesn't work any worse. It seems to be the same in terms of functionality and connectivity. I haven't had any fail-safes or any other weird problems in that regard. So it looks like they've mostly overhauled the user interface, and we'll go over those features right now. So I'll go ahead and plug in the battery to one of my quads here. And you can see I've got a connection now, and the receiver that's in that quad is this one here. It's the Turnigy IA6C, and again I'm getting telemetry back to the radio from this, as well as battery voltage and RSSI. I can also report that the FlySky X6B works in the same way. I have not tested the older receivers, the IA6B, the 10B, and the IA4C, or IA4A, whereas the B receiver. One of those older generation receivers. They're still two-way capable receivers, and some machines they have two-way telemetry, but I haven't tested those yet. I suspect that those will probably work just as they used to, because they provided the information back to the radio previously, so I wouldn't expect that would change, but I haven't tested that. I've only tested this receiver and the X6B. Now on my quad here, I have the battery voltage sensor plugged in here. It's a 1.25 millimeter pitch JST connector. It is a reverse polarity connector, so be aware of that, and I have that soldered directly to my PDB for direct battery voltage. So right here in the telemetry screen, you get your battery voltage for your transmitter and your quad, and I have this set up for the external battery voltage for a 4S LiPo. So if you click on this high voltage, it's set to 6.8, and you can change that to 4S or 3S or 2S. You can adjust your alarm voltage, your low voltage alarm, and also there is a alarm delay, so that you can adjust this from 1 second, or maybe if you want to wait, maybe say 3 seconds, you can adjust that up so that it's not beeping at you constantly. So sometimes the battery voltage will sag and then come back, so you can adjust that time to how long the low voltage is set for before the alarm goes off, so it's not beeping at you all the time. So if we want to see our telemetry screen, we just swipe over. This is the new screen that wasn't on the old firmware, and we can see our transmitter voltage, our receiver voltage. We have our signal strength, which is 10. I believe that at 4 the signal strength alarm will go off. The RSSI value is there, and also the external battery voltage is set at 15.72, and I have tested the actual voltage on there, and it is pretty accurate. The other screen over here on the left is the same as before. This is the channel monitor. Nothing different here. That works the same. Now there is a new option here in the upper left called flight mode or fly mode, and right now it's turned off. I'll show you how to activate that. So you can set a channel for that. I'll set that to channel, turn it on first, and then I'll set that to channel 5. This is what I use for my arming and disarming. Okay, so I want to set up my two modes on this switch here, which is switch A, and there's actually two positions. Right now it's up, and that's mode 1, and down is mode 2. So I want mode 1 to be disarm, and then mode 2 to be arm. And the PWM value that will differentiate that is 1500 currently, which is the midpoint of this channel, which is the default, and that's what it should be. Although you could adjust it if you wanted to in here, and then also in your configurator for your flight controller. I'm going to leave that alone. So right now mode 1 is going to be disarm, so you just tap on here. And you can change the name of this. And then I'll switch it over to the mode 2, which is for arm, and then rename that. And that should set our flight modes. So go ahead and save that. And you can see now that I'm in arm and disarm. So you can see here mode 1, mode 2. And usually this is how I set it up. I have up as disarm and down as arm. So that's how you set your flight modes. And then over here in the lower right is a new timer based on your throttle setting. And the other two timers work the same as before. Go ahead and I'll show you how the new timer works. So you can set up a threshold or a deadband for your where the throttle position will be before the timer is activated. So it's currently at 10%. I'm going to switch that to 5%. And then here you can set up either a mode up or mode down, or up and down. Right, I'm going to set it for down, so the timer will decrease. And then I'm going to set the actual time to 3 minutes. And then I'm going to assign a switch here for resetting. And I'm going to use the B switchers on the back left. And I'm going to use the mid position as the reset switch if I want to reset that. You have to make sure that you have the check mark there set so it's actually active. And then when we lift the throttle up above 5%, you can see that the timer is counting down here. And then when you drop the throttle to 0, the timer stops. And then if I wanted to reset the timer, I just use the B switch that I set before to the mid position, and then it resets back to 3 minutes. So you can use this timer as well as the other timers to manage your flight times. Anyway guys, that's a quick overview of the new features of the new firmware for the Turnigy Evolution. I hope you guys find this video helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next